Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show with Kyle and Doobie. That's Kyle, managing editor here at Laughing Place.
Hello.
Is that a puzzle behind you?
It's a puzzle that has been glued together and stands there. It's 3,000 pieces.
That's a lot. I love you, 3,000 pieces.
Yes.
And I am Doobie Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. And Kyle, would you like to do my disclaimer?
Yeah, Doobie's sweater is provided by Box Lunch.
Box Lunch. It's more of a sweatshirt than a sweater. I like it a lot. It's nice and soft and warm. And yeah,
it's good.
Okay. Thank you, Box Lunch, very, very much.
What's the noise?
Clap, clap, chat.
Whip.
Whip.
You were close.
One important thing. This is an extra large, not a 2X.
Wow.
And now, granted, that's more about the sweatshirt than me, but it still feels good.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Jason. Okay, let's get started. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world of Disney over the past 2 days, which means I probably should have gone a little bit further back in my search for news because we didn't do a show yesterday, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, to be honest, hasn't been a whole lot of news. In fact, perhaps I lost track of time because I was searching so hard to find something for our team to write about this morning.
It has been a quiet time, as it should be in that period between Christmas and Thanksgiving. But the stock market's open, so we're going to start today the way we start every day. Okay, Kai. Now, I gave you a little hint. I posted the stock price in random yesterday as it kind of took a dive. So because you have a little bit of help, I'm going to say you need it today within a quarter.
Well, I probably won't get it then because I haven't looked since. But I guess I think it was lower yesterday. I'm going to be a little optimistic. Or will I? Let's say 91.50.
91.50. So when I posted it yesterday, it was more than 2% down. It is now 92.40. You are.
I should have. I still would have missed it. I was going to say 92, and then I lowered it. So
Kyle's a loser. He's 19-9 now. It is down even more today. So taking a little bit of a hit. I'm not sure why. Maybe people just weren't enthused with what Bob had to say at the meeting.
He didn't have much to say during the thing, and he also kind of. Basically, what he said didn't please anybody. He wasn't like, yeah, sorry, guys, we're selling you, which I think is what Wall Street wanted. But he also didn't say, don't worry, you're totally safe. I never want to sell ABC. I was wrong either. At least in my opinion, that's not the vibe I got from what I've seen him say.
We're actually going to talk about that a little bit more right after the weather.
Hello and welcome to a very quick edition of the Disney Weather Update, but not before a song. Clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. I've done all right up till now. It's the light of day that shows me how. And when the night falls, loneliness calls. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody who loves me. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will top out at 65 today with partly cloudy skies. Walt Disney World won't be much warmer with a high of 66 but will have a bit more sunshine. Castaway Cay is cloudy today but will still make it to nearly 80 degrees. Disneyland Paris is also having a cloudy night but at least it's dry now. Temps are currently in the lower 40s and falling. Tomorrow, Tokyo will start the day with sunshine but will remain under 60 all day. Shanghai will be even colder, with a high of just 52 degrees and mostly overcast skies expected tomorrow. Finally, Hong Kong will be mostly cloudy with a high of 77 tomorrow. That's all for another LP Disney Weather Update. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.
I want to feel the heat with somebody. Thank you, Ethan, very much. Okay. Are you a big fan of I Want to Dance with Somebody?
I typed in 80s song. It was the first one that came up. But no, it's a good song.
That would make that the epitomal 80s song then, apparently.
I guess so. It's not like the one you associate most with the sound of the 80s, but it's one of the most iconic ones that stands on its own outside of the 80s. So I guess it depends on what you want. It's not the quintessential 80s, but it's the whatever the word you said was.
So I just did the same. I typed in 80s song and Google came up with one of those grid things, and there are 9 showing. I Want to Dance with Somebody is the first, as you said. We've got Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler, Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds, Tainted Love, Soft Cell, Tainted Love to me, of course. Take on Me, Aha, best video ever. Jumped Van Halen feels like one of these things.
Yeah, I guess you got to put it in a real rock song instead of all this new wave and pop stuff.
That's fair. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Tears for Fears. Come on.
Yeah.
Takes you back. Lionel Richie, All Night Long. Not a bad choice. And finally, Beat It by the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Certainly belongs. Not a bad collection. After this show, you want to listen to those 9, you're going to be smiling and happy when you're done. If you only have time for 8, get rid of Van Halen.
If you don't have Spotify Rap to listen to, you can make your own Google's top 9 80s songs playlist.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that town hall a little bit. Kyle watched it. I started watching it.
I
And then
don't know if I watched it, but yes.
Did you not watch it? Did you hear it? Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. You know what went on?
Yes.
Okay. I assumed you did. I could be wrong. I was engaged in it until I wasn't because something came up here at LP, so I had to disappear. So I'm relying on you, Kyle. I did see some of the stuff that came out of it. Let's see that Bob Iger said he never second-guessed his decision to return, though it was more challenging than expected. I thought that was interesting. I don't know if you did think it was interesting. Okay.
No, I did. So it was a weird thing because this is billed as a town hall. So what do you think of when you think of a town hall? What do you think
questions from
today is
questions from the town hallers?
Yeah, there was none of those.
That's so disappointing. That was one of the questions I was going to try to find out is did they actually have questions? There were no.
I mean, there were questions, but they were all from moderator David Muir.
That is not a town hall.
No, that's a press conference.
Right. It's a press conference with an audience. That's disappointing. So we did see that reported. Josh D'Amaro was there as well. He made a Disneyland comment that I saw was getting some play around the internet. We've got so much space to play with. Disneyland, for example, Walt's original theme park, we still have enough room to build another Disneyland there if we choose to do that. So that got people excited. I don't know where they're going to put that thing.
I assume he means the Disneyland Resort has more room, which that's kind of the whole point of the Disneyland Forward project is to make use of all the room. They have the room. It's just not all zoned for theme park. So that was my interpretation of what that was. Like that is kind of the whole point of the project is yes, we have plenty of room to put stuff. We just don't have the proper zoning for it.
Iger and this seemed interesting to me. He says one of the reasons I believe it's fallen off a bit, talking about the box office, is we're making too much. I think when it comes to creativity, quality is critical, of course, and quantity in many ways can destroy quality. So at least with that statement, he seems to be blaming box office lack of success on actually the quality of the film, not kind of a changing in consumer expectations, which is kind of interesting, especially if I'm sitting out there at this town hall ready to hear some good stuff about the work I'm doing, and Iger saying you're doing garbage. And that's the reason we're failing.
Well, I mean, it's funny because, he said these sort of things before when he had not the interview with the CNBC guy, but one before that. They were talking about some of the misses and they talked about Elemental. And at that point, that movie was a failure. So he had to talk about it talking about these critical misses. And then later it's a hit. And so, now it's a good movie. People loved it. It was a great story. So I think this is kind of the easy answer is just blaming the creatives rather than being like, oh, no, our strategy is kind of stupid. We conditioned consumers a certain way. I think it's very easy to just, we make too much. Let's scale back. And, scaling back, does it improve quality? Yeah, potentially. But that doesn't mean that these movies were bad. But scaling back quantity also helps you save money, which is what Wall Street really wants to hear. So you get the same ends. The means are just different.
He could have said scaling back quantity. We're just producing too much. The market just can't, it's saturated. We have to scale back without making that.
He doesn't single things out either. So you're just like, oh, well, I guess he could mean any of these movies. I guess, you're going to go with the one you don't like. So I'm sure all these sites are going to be like, the Marvels, he said it sucks.
He didn't mean Witch, because Witch is great. And I agree, Rich. Good morning.
He ain't talking about me.
Good family movies and park enhancements will right the ship. And I think Wish is a great family movie, and I think the park enhancements are coming. And someday, theoretically, they will announce what they are. Because as of right now, Kyle, at least in North America, we've got one major project. Well, same project on 2 different coasts, but right, that's it. Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah, as far as major ones, I guess I'm sure I'm missing something, but yeah, that's the only thing.
I don't think I talked to
They're
Ben about
supercharging the business, but
So we need to get some shovels in the ground. Okay. We do have a minor project that's going to be opening up, and we have a date for it finally.
yeah. So, well, this officially will open on December 5th. I would imagine that's only a few days away, so I'm sure it'll probably be it's there. So you can already see it from different parts of the park. But yes, this is a bit different than we initially saw. Obviously, the entire project changed from when they announced Dreamers Point and that festival center. So now he's sitting on a bench, and there's a building in front of Spaceship Earth, whereas the previous thing kind of had him on this like podium. I don't know if podium, like a platform sort of a thing, with Spaceship Earth like looking like it's gonna roll right over him. So yeah, still get the thing. You know what? I don't mind the change as far as it being on a bench. I think that works better. I think it looks less awkward. And also seeing the Walt statue in Hong Kong and seeing how much people enjoyed being able to sit next to him and get their photo with him, I think it makes sense to do more with it rather than just having it be a sculpture that people take pictures of. This will make it so they take up pictures with.
I'm Daniel Burke.
So this is how Disney. Sorry about that. This is how Disney did the reveal yesterday. If I can get this back up here.
I'm here with the EPCOT project transformation team, and we're installing a new statue called Walt the Dreamer. Our new Walt statue is a beautiful piece. It's been specially designed just for EPCOT, so we're very, very excited to bring a new Walt presence to the Walt Disney World Resort. This statue is Walt in his later years. You were invited to come be a dreamer just as Walt was a dreamer and sit down with him and look out at the park that he dreamed of but never saw himself. So we're really looking forward to sharing Walt with all of our guests. Let them think about the past, let them think about the future, but most importantly, as we're in World Celebration, so just connect with each other, connect with their family, connect with their friends, connect with the dreams of tomorrow as they sit alongside Walt and think about a world as a better place.
Today's Walt Disney Company would never put Walt himself on a pedestal.
That's fine. December 5th, coming to Epcot.
Which is Walt's birthday. I'd be remiss to not mention. That's kind of why it's officially on December 5th is Walt's birthday.
Now I got to check our article. Does our article say that?
Yes.
Okay. Article. Okay, and good job taking all the stills out of that. Nicely done, whoever did that. Marshall, I believe. No, Ben. Okay, well, in that case,
Marshall
Ben,
for real.
Oh, Marshall.
He wrote a sentence.
Okay, we can update that our author once we do the actual article, just for the record. I hit a button here and I lost my thingy. Here it is. Okay, next up we have Southern California ticket officer coming to the Disneyland Resort. It is that time of year when they're worried the crowds may become manageable, so we need to make sure they stay unmanageable. As low as $75 per day on select days. When you buy a 3-day, 1 park per day weekday ticket, offer goes on sale on Walt's birthday, December 5th, for visits January 2 through June 2. So on the East Coast, you celebrate with the Walt statue. On the West Coast, you celebrate with cheaper tickets. They also have a limited time ticket offer for kids, which you can purchase now. Children aged 3 to 9 can visit for as low as $50 per day between January 8th and March 10th. Discounts are coming. The holidays are just getting into full gear, but it's time to start selling the discounts for next year. Just a nice thing that those are still available. Percy Jackson. Kyle, are you a fan?
I've not read any of the books nor seen the movies, although the latter might be a good thing from what I hear, which is why they're making this new show. And I know a lot of people are excited, especially our own Bill Gausel, who is a big fan.
Big fan. I hope he's doing our recaps and such.
You bet.
Hope we can get him on here maybe a little bit because I have zero Percy Jackson affinity, but this is such a big deal. I'm going to give it a try. It did very well in its trailers online. 84 million views in 10 days, which is apparently a very large number. People are excited about this. So it's coming to Disney Plus on December 20th with a 2-episode premiere. And next big thing for Disney. Hopefully.
Yeah, one of the things I saw Dana Walden mentioned as far as something big that's launching soon. during the town hall, quote unquote.
You really don't like that terminology for this, do you?
No, because last time it actually was like there was questions and stuff. So it felt kind of like, those shareholder meetings where it's clear where they don't want real shareholders to ask questions. So they pad the audience with a bunch of cast members that just basically comment and say, "Oh, thank you so much for everything you do."
I wonder if cast members knew there wasn't going to be a Q&A. If I hear there's a town hall, I'm going to show up thinking there's a Q&A. And so I'd like to know their reaction exiting, never having a chance to ask any questions. We'll get somebody on that. Are you old enough, Kyle, to remember these?
Yep. That is a Viewmaster. I've had regular ones. I don't know if I ever had a Mickey one. But yes, definitely had Viewmasters. They're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool. My introduction to 3D back in the day. Okay, so this one is a Disney 100 edition. It is now available on Shop Disney. We love when you purchase through us because we get a little, what's the term, commission?
Yeah, commission is the...
I know sometimes I use a term that you hate, so I want to make sure I got it right.
Well, sometimes, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to put it back in your brain. Yes, commission is correct.
And Viewmasters, if you're too young, you put your eyes against these, you look at a picture that has, see, one eye gets one image, the other eye gets the other image. They're similar but different. They combine into a beautiful 3D image. Back in my day, this is how I went to Disneyland when I wasn't at Disneyland. I got out my Viewmaster and I put in some old Disneyland reels, which Rebecca still has. I can picture where they are. Still around. Pretty cool. So this is a new Disney 100 edition. They're going to have, it comes with 9 reels, 3 reels each for 3 movies. Those movies are Peter Pan, Cinderella, and Winnie the Pooh. And it retails for $39.99. Sorry, $39.99.
It's a little pricey, but I don't remember what it was back in the day. I don't know, maybe because I'm used to getting Viewmasters at like thrift shops or what. I'm sure they actually gone back in value, the vintage ones too. So
9 reels. Look how much fun this is.
True.
Looking at this. Come on.
They couldn't have gone for 10.
See, Rich remembers. We're of a certain age.
How many slides are on each reel?
So
a dozen?
It's hard to count circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like there's 9, 18, so 9, I believe is the correct number.
Okay.
Like I said, it's hard for me to count circles. I'm very bad at it. And finally,
because of your trip to whatever phobia.
Don't even say the word. That's a good question. Will they sell more reels? I assume it works with existing reels. So Viewmaster reels are
I believe the Viewmaster is backwards compatible. I would hope so.
It's funny if it isn't. It'd be so funny if it isn't. we changed the reel. Tried to search on Shop Disney, but yeah. Are Viewmaster reels still a thing? Does Viewmaster still make new reel?
I mean, I'm sure you can find vintage ones, but yeah, I would think if they're bought, I don't think they're just pulling this out of obscurity to make one Mickey version and go away. I feel like they have to be. And if they're not doing Nat Geo ones, then I don't know what they're doing.
All right, so I'm on Amazon now looking for Viewmaster.
We're bringing back the Viewmaster ecosystem. Let's get a Nat Geo partnership going.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, like Mako Zoo animal reels. I remember looking at so many animals as a kid. Yeah, you can buy Viewmaster reels. I don't know what Shop Disney's going to have more, but there's tons of them on Amazon. There are some on Amazon, although most of them seem to be just this one company selling animals. So you might be right, Gio, that they're really sold with the Viewmaster for the most part. This is more time than this deserves. And they have tried every so often to boost it. So they do release reels sometimes. Looks like Target has a Viewmaster for $10. Thanks, Mike Mack. Did we show off Mike Mack? Did we show? We did not. I think we did during Parks Talk.
You might have mentioned it during Parks Talk.
Yeah.
We'll have to sing the song because he was disappointed to find that for whatever reason we weren't able to add music to our gallery post.
Mac, if you're watching and you can Slack me where you have that, I would appreciate that.
It's on the Laughing Place Instagram.
Oh, it's on our own Instagram? Okay, good. Well, that I know how to find. Never mind, Mac. For some reason I thought it was on his personal Instagram, which would make no sense. Here it is. This is courtesy of who, Kyle?
This is I was like, Mac. Courtesy of Roosevelt, he got these Marvel holiday shirts and then went to Universal Studios to take some photos. Oh, his wife Jess took photos of him because she is a photographer, as you can
Very
tell.
good one.
Yeah,
I've seen Mac in real life, so she is a
I
great
look real
photographer.
good today. I look real
This
good
is the best
today.
one.
Walking with a pocket full of Benjis, cash. I'm a 10-piece.
Is that how
Roosevelt
the rest of it?
responded with 3 Christmas trees.
Look at him looking at his Thanos, ready to do some snapping. All right. Thank you, Mac, for that. Thank you, Roosevelt, of course. Next up, the best news of the day. It's coming. It's back. I might have to do this. I saw this movie in theaters when it came out. Die Hard, the original Die Hard, is coming back to theaters on December 8th. It's not a one-day only thing.
Was there a certain noise you made when you heard that this was coming back to theaters?
I said yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
And stopped right there.
No, you're from the 4th movie.
Oh, Rebecca. Right, I have to figure out how to get that picture in a bit.
Have you heard the song Die Hard where it? I'll have to send it to you. Like,
yeah, please do.
First met John McClane. Argyle picked him up from the plane, took him down.
Sounds like
a tower.
That sounds like a Weird Al kind of thing.
It kind of is, except it's more like, I don't know. It's fun.
That stupid thing. Okay, so Die Hard coming back to theaters December 8th. This is not a one-time thing. It is coming back as a re-release. I saw this movie in theaters. I can't tell you how many times back in the 80s. It was playing at the Fox Theater, appropriately enough, in Westwood, right there off Westwood Boulevard. No, not off Westwood Boulevard, off Wilshire Boulevard. And I would just go night after night. I love this movie. It is my all-time favorite movie, and it's coming back to theaters. I got to go see it in theaters one more time.
I have passed the Fox Theater and there's like a couple other single screens in Westwood, and I always see them. I'm like, that looks cool. And I've never actually been to one.
Actually, it wasn't the Fox Theater, now that you mention that. I think it was like Arco or something. It was one of the few in Westwood that was not a single theater.
Oh.
You've never been to a single screen theater?
I have, just not in Westwood.
Oh, okay.
There's one in Tempe, Arizona, called the Valley Art, and I think it's temporarily closed, but it's been temporarily closed for years. But that was a single screen theater that was in the chain that I worked for.
So originally released in 1988, it is rated R. Not for everyone.
Yes, it
New
is.
York City policeman. Who doesn't know the plot? New York City policeman John McClane is visiting his estranged wife and 2 daughters on Christmas Eve.
Uh-oh, did I lose Doobie? As he recites the plot of Die Hard. Now how are people going to know what Die Hard's about? And then you can watch Die Hard 2, or you just watch Die Hard again, just like Joey and Ross and Chandler did. And then there's Die Hard with a Vengeance. That one doesn't take place on Christmas, doesn't count. You have to only watch 1 and 2 to get your holiday movie on. Doobie, you're back.
He joins her at a holiday party in the headquarters of the Japanese-owned business she works for, but the festivities are interrupted by a group of terrorists.
Thank you. Good call. I was wondering how you're going to handle that.
Who take over the exclusive. I don't want to give spoilers, but what did you say? Whatever made you think we were terror? I love that movie so much. Who wants to go see Die Hard with me up here in Northern California when it comes out on December 8th or sometime thereafter? Anyway, back in theaters. Way to go, Disney. Good move. This is Rebecca's Viewmaster collection in the school bus lunchbox.
Nice.
All right. We got some reviews for you today. We've got WandaVision on 4K. Are you excited about this one, Kyle?
I am. I mean, especially now that I have a 4K TV. Now I just need a 4K player. I haven't purchased this yet, but I intend to. We just have a lot of other expenses at the moment, as you might be able to assume why.
4K review. Marvel's WandaVision cast a spell with new bonus features. This review is by Alex Reif. We're scrolling to the end to see how he concludes it. Final thoughts. In a streaming world where lost media is becoming increasingly common, see our article on 3 Disney Plus holiday movies, Marvel fans can rest easy knowing they can safeguard their MCU collection from being snapped out of existence. This 4K Ultra HD release of WandaVision is the best the show can ever look at home, and in addition to the behind-the-scenes assembled special, Disney has thrown in a few extra bonus features you won't find anywhere else. So, yay for home releases. And we have another review. Any further thoughts on that, Kyle?
They did release some of the bonus features that you can't find anywhere else. They had a very brief, like a behind-the-scenes look at whatever it's called these days, Darkhold Diaries, the Agatha show. You just see a couple of shots on her on set, but it's cool to hear about that. So you can find that on YouTube or on laughingplace.com.
Of course. We have a Blu-ray review of A Haunting in Venice, which was much better than I expected it to be. My second favorite, Hercule Poirot, my second favorite of these. The middle one was just not very good. This one, much better than I expected. So this review is by Alex Rice. Blu-ray review, A Haunting in Venice rounds out the Hercule Poirot, his trilogy. I'm so bad at that. I'm a big fan of Kenneth Branagh's Guy series. While A Haunting in Venice is my least favorite in entering the franchise, it's still expertly done. The Halloween theme also makes it a likely rewatch every fall, adding more value to picking up this release. The making of bonus feature is more substantial than I expected, which was another pleasant surprise. Forgot to mention with Die Hard how awesome that Disney is not only re-releasing it. It was a summer release back in the day. They're releasing it at Christmas time because it is the world's greatest Christmas movie. And finally, Kyle, we have another Blu-ray release where we bury the lead. I think this should have been in the headline, but this is a Blu-ray review of Disney Legacy Animated Film Collection, which has got a lot of play back in the day. Why, Kyle?
Because it costs $1,500 and it includes 100 movies.
$1,499.96.
Well, I must have bought it at Walmart because that's some Walmart price.
So yeah, this was announced at D23 way back when. $1,500 set with 100 movies in it and all the fun over. Why did they include this one? Why didn't they include that one? Yada, yada, yada.
100 movies made into an origami set.
It is out. Alex reviewed it. I don't think he rewatched all 100 discs for this review. But yes,
I mean, he does have like 4 days off coming up, so maybe that's coming.
He does have a nice unboxing video too, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely go check out this review for more detail and to see the unboxing. It's worth it. But I will give you his final thoughts. Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment has produced an attractive box set with the Disney Legacy Animated Film Collection. The unique book packaging with the transforming stand makes for a cool experience. However, you know what? I can do this better.
Doobie's calling an audible, and it's going to take
calling a slight audible.
It's going to be calling an audible, yet it's going to be silent for a couple minutes.
Volume, lots of gold.
The silent audible. Okay, here we go. However, the lack of the unique book packaging with the transforming stand makes for a cool experience. However, the lack of exclusive discs, say for Who's Humphrey movie, doesn't add much incentive for diehard collectors to pick this up. But as the set, limited to 1,100 copies, appears to have sold out already, goodness. It appears Disney had a good understanding of the market and price point for this release. However, if they were to revisit this concept again in the future, I'd be much more interested in a chronological Walt Disney Animation Studio set that includes mini shorts and actually spans 100 years worth of content, rather than cramming in titles just to hit the milestone number. That is not a stellar review, but the packaging is really, really cool.
And he used the word price point. Are you taking off?
Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Price. Good question. Do they have the years right?
We should have had him fact check that. Add community notes.
Go check out this unboxing. That's pretty fun. Help us get back some of that $1,499.96. All right. That's all I got today, except for this day in Disney history. What's nice, Kyle, is we can now go check the Twitters and actually get content.
A little bit. I mean, they're still not fully back, but Disney Parks did start posting again yesterday. Before that, it was way too simplistic to say that Disney stopped posting to their accounts and way too simplistic to say that they all started posting again, because neither of those things is true. But the Disney Parks Twitter did come back yesterday. At first we're like, maybe they just scheduled it, but then they did like 2 more. So it seemed like they were just back. But yeah, some Disney owned accounts never stopped. And you can't even just say Disney Parks in general, like Disney with at Disney Parks. Yes, but Disney Parks. No, because Disneyland Paris, some of their accounts were still tweeting. So it's all very weird. But anyway, yes, there have been some more things posted there. It's a little bit more reliable because I was getting real sick of refreshing Instagram tabs.
There's no tweet deck for Instagram tabs. There might be, but we don't have it. I see Gio saying the Christmas party is sold out finally. Do you mean Very Merry Christmas? Are they all sold out now?
A very Merry Christmas and a
Taking that statement.
New Year.
I see 2 are available, so that must not be good. I see available for
it's a good one.
December 12th and December 14th are still available. The rest are now showing as sold out for Very Merry Christmas. Yeah, so Gio, and I've seen reports actually that stuff that had showed sold out now shows it has tickets. So I wonder if when he looked it was sold out and now it's not. So keep checking, but at least right now when I look for a single ticket, December 12th and December 14th are still showing with availability.
It's almost like Disney's tech is not great.
I'm not going to speak on that. All right, we only have one this day in Disney history. And wow. I'm not even going to play the tune. It's not a quiz. It's not a. I mean, it is a happy day, but it's a sad. You'll get it in a moment. Born in 1976, Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther himself, would be celebrating a birthday today had he not passed away 3 years ago. So happy birthday to Chadwick Boseman. The most hard-hitting death in the Disney community since Walt. That was not just obviously much more than the Disney community, but kind of Marvel saw him as their own as well. And that was a tough one. I have no pocket picks today, but I do have one stored up, so we will get to it later in the week. And if you have a great pocket pick, go ahead and pass it on. Anything else, Kyle, before we close this out?
I don't think so. Let me take a look at our site to see if there's anything I think we should mention.
If time is slow, things are slow. So if you have an article you think we should be doing, let us know. Email us at youguysneedsomethingtodoo@laughingplace.com.
I mean, that would work technically.
Yeah. Congratulations, Gio. He won trivia yesterday. He won both trivias yesterday.
And congratulations, Doobie, for fixing your flaw and your system's now working.
Were you able to follow my explanation of why it was broken?
Sorta.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad. I don't know why I feel the need to explain it, but I always do.
Here's because you want to be like, look how smart I am.
For making such a stupid mistake in the first place.
I skipped school's grades.
When I was in school, there were no such thing as grades. It was much more nebulous.
Okay. I don't see any other news today.
Okay, well then we will close it out with that. Any shows today?
I think we might even be doing. Let me look before I speak. We are doing a walk and talk from the Disneyland Resort later today at currently scheduled for noon. Let's call it a tentative time.
Awesome. So stay tuned for that right here. Mike Celestino will be at the Disneyland Resort. He will be talking to someone in the studio, and those have been fun lately, so please check it out. Once again, thank you, Box Lunch, for the shirt. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Don't.